We are live, and I will do it in Portuguese and in English. So I will start with the Portuguese version, and then I will pass to you the floor, Estiago. So, bem-vindos a mais um webinar no âmbito da pós-graduação em Marketing Digital do IPAM. O meu nome é Filipe Carrera, sou o coordenador da pós-graduação. E este webinar faz parte das edições 112, 113, 114 e 115 da pós-graduação em Marketing Digital, Lisboa, Porto e online. Já agora, para também dizer que foram convidados também de outras edições que também estão a decorrer para estarem presentes, bem como habitualmente, os alunos de anteriores edições são convidados a participar através da comunidade fechada que temos no Facebook, Digital Lounge IPAM, bem como outras pessoas interessadas em marketing digital. Hoje o tema vai ser, e vou ler o tema em inglês, Change is the only constant, navigating disruption in a 360 digital world, que vai ser apresentado por Estiago Ahmed, que está diretamente do Dubai, o que quer dizer que está com 3 horas de diferença, são 10 horas da noite lá, e por causa disso e por um problema recente de saúde, hoje vamos tentar manter este webinar dentro de 1 hora em vez das 2 horas habituais. Por isso, aproveito para informar que podem colocar todas as vossas questões durante a apresentação de viva voz. Só peço que levantem a mão virtual antes de questionar. Em alternativa, podem realizar as vossas questões através de chat, mas acho que é sempre mais pessoal fazer de viva voz. Now, I did a short presentation of let's say the framework of this webinar, and I will ask you to present yourself, because I really don't like to do presentations of speakers, and even when I'm a speaker, I really don't like that somebody is reading like a paper. People got information about you, but I always prefer that the speaker will make their own presentation, because it gets more personal and even more connected with the subject. So, Estiago, once again, thank you very much for your availability to share your knowledge with the students of this postgraduate course that, like I was explaining, is now in the 116 edition. So those are the guests for this. The others are students that are in other editions. So, Estiago, the floor is yours. And if there is any question, I already also said to the students that if they want to put any question at any moment, they are free to do so. If they do it through chat, I will pass that information to you. So you don't need to be checking the chat at any moment. I will interrupt in the correct moment. But I also ask the students to do it by voicing their questions. So only by, for instance, showing the virtual hand, and I will give the floor also for their questions. So big introduction for you, but really I didn't introduce you as a professional and as a person, so that we know each other for some years, and I believe that you will bring a lot of added value to all the people in this webinar. So I will shut up once and for all, and I will interrupt only when needed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Philip, and good evening to everybody. Most of us right now in good evening zone. If I have someone else in other zone, then good morning and good afternoon also. Myself, Estiago Ahmed. First of all, I know Philip since long time. We are old colleagues, friend. And I'm basically living in UAE almost whole my life. I will complete almost 40 years. I'm a telecom professional from the industry background perspective, and I have worked with the major telecom brands in Middle East and Africa for more than 20 plus years. And areas where I have expertise is basically telecom commercial side, telecom strategy and marketing, as well as fintech and digital transformation. So different transition. When I have been through, I have worked on different areas on different position, and I have been very lucky. I call myself a global leader because I have worked in so many countries on projects, on secondments, including UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, in Africa, so many countries, in Iraq. So I know global market, and I'm very much inclined with the global leadership and people. So this is my expertise. What I'm doing since last 4 or 5 years, I have my own setup here in UAE, where I provide consultancy, leadership, mentorship, and coaching and training on different topics. I like to share knowledge. This is something which I like to do. So this session is part of it. I'm not doing any presentation. I'm not giving any class lecture. I'm sharing my knowledge and experience with all of you, and maybe I will get something out of it also, and I will learn from you people also. So this is it. In today's session, we will start it. And as mentioned by Filipe, you can raise your hand. You can make it more interactive, make it more casual. We are discussing and we are sharing knowledge. This is the purpose of the session, basically. So there were different topics which was coming in my mind when I shared with Filipe. He chosen one of the best topic, I would say. It looks very simple thing, but it is the core of most of the things which is happening nowadays. Change is the only constant, and most of you know what is the meaning of constant, something which is always there. And the best thing is this: most of the things are not always there, but change is always there. So change itself is opposite to constant, but it is always there. And when it comes to business and commercial side, change is also known as disruption. So in my whole presentation, I will use disruption as the main word. It will revolve around it. And what we are going to do, we will look at the disruption in the new 360-degree digital world. When you call it 360 digital world means everything is covered within it, either technology, either business, either leadership, either future skills. And we will look at it that how business, how technology, business leadership are being reinvented faster than ever. This is our topic, and we will cover so many interesting topics and so many interesting areas. So what we are going to do basically, I will just try to change. Yeah. So what is our journey today? We will talk about few areas. We will understand the disruption and why disruption is now happening very fast compared to 20, 30, 40 years ago, and how technology is reshaping the future. It is part of the disruption. Then how business is transforming because of disruption. So everything is revolved around this change, this disruption. We will explain it further. And then nowadays, AI. So how disruption has come through AI, and how you're going to win all these things. And then at the end, we will have some key takeaways and Q&A. This is we are going to have. So our first part is understanding disruption. So most of you know it, but we should look from the commercial and technical perspective. So what is disruption? Understanding the concept is very core. I know people understand, it is not the class, but still, in my opinion, people get confused. They go into different direction when you talk about the disruption. Literal meaning is to interrupt, to break. Something is happening. You are doing something. You are using something, and something outer factor is coming and stopping that thing, it is a disruption. But and it changed suddenly. Now we will talk later on. It is good, bad, positive, negative. The word has come from Latin word, which is distemper, and then break and all those things. But how to explain it in a commercial and business language? So disruption is when a simpler, more accessible solution replaces the old and make it obsolete. So you are using a solution and it is going to be replaced by the better solution. And that old solution is being replaced. This is disruption. If I can ask you, you can give me so many examples. How many of you are using Walkman? I'm from that age where Sony Walkman has to be a symbol of status. Every young boy, girl, they were using it. It is gone. It is disrupted. Kodak camera, Yashica camera, the old roll type cameras, disrupted, gone. So this is the thing which we are going to discuss today and how it is affecting business and other areas. Then what is the business and commercial perspective? Disruption creates new value. Why people disrupt? Because it gives you new value. It increases your business, give you new markets to explore, and it gives you competitive advantage. So disruption is something which is giving you something new to get much revenue through your business, to increase your customer base, and to use that new technology or new solution. But disruption doesn't change the game. It changes who wins. So whoever is adopting, inclined to that disruption, is going to win the game. So this is something which is related to disruption. Is it new? Disruption is something new? No, not at all. Since the creation of human being, disruption is happening, and it is happening by human. They are the one who are adopting the disruption because of their mind, because of their intelligence, because of their brain. So 2.5 billion BC stone age started, when people started using stone for fire, for making caves, other areas. Then agriculture revolution came. This is also a disruption. Then writing is very old technology. I would use the word of technology. You found so many fossils, you found so many things in Egypt, in pyramids, in other places, in Babylon, in Mohenjo-daro. You will find stones where there is a writing. So that was also started by human being. Then printing press came into existence. So whatever was written, it came on paper. It was a biggest disruption. Then industrial revolution happened. Everything got changed. Thanks to Edison, electricity came. Then internet. This was one of the biggest revolution and biggest invention. It changes the whole perception. So this is the paradigm shift in terms of disruption. Then mobile phone came, very basic mobile phone to smartphone. And now we are into AI era. All these things are there. So every breakthrough has redefined how we live, how we work, and how we connect. What is next? You don't know. Today, everybody is talking about AI. Maybe AI will be disrupted by something else, will be kicked out. It is possible, will be redefined, redesigned. So what is next? Nobody knows. But we can assess that it will evolve very fast, very drastically, and things will change completely. Look at the Stone Age and look at the generative AI. This is the disruption journey. This is the human progress journey, which is happening and keep happening. Is it good? How many people think disruption is good? So many people think no, disruption is not good. Is being disruptor great? Answer will be there in the presentation. When driven by purpose, innovation, and responsibility, when it creates value, when it transforms lives, when it makes people's lives better, then it is a good thing. And in terms of business, it is always a good thing. So disruption, in my opinion, is something which is positive, which should always happen. Is being disruptor great? Everybody is not a disruptor. Out of million, you will find few people who are innovative, who have come up with some idea. They are disruptor. This guy on your screen, you can see that he is a disruptor. I'm talking about Steve Jobs, one of the greatest disruptor ever existed in the globe. He didn't follow the rules. He refined them. He redefined them from a great idea to make it possible. So this is the best example to say that disruption is a good thing and being disruptive is very positive. Now there is a question everybody is asking. This disruption, this change, is it going to affect your job, your business, your industry in next 5 years from today? If your answer is no, then this session is for you. My answer is yes, but still this session is for me too. If someone is saying that nothing is going to be changed in his job, in his business, in his industry, or in her industry, then he is living in some other paradise, and it is becoming very fast, very quickly. So you have to adopt it. Let me show you one video. Again, it is related to Steve Jobs. You must have seen it, but I want to share it. I like it. How this gentleman disrupted the technology and came up something very new in 2007, I think. And it was yesterday, it was almost 19 years. On 29 June, he presented this, and it changed the whole world. Marketing get changed, people loyalty get changed, brand affinity get changed. So let me share with you.
The second is a revolutionary movement. And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device. So, three things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communication device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not three separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone. And here it is. No. Actually, here it is, but we're going to leave it there for now.
Thank you very much. So I wanted to share it. I like it. In 2007, when it came in the market, BlackBerry, Nokia, everybody was thinking it is going to be failed. Why? People are used to have keyboard. They like keyboard. They like that tick tick thing. They were not aware that this touch screen going to be the biggest phenomena in the technology, and it will change the whole world. Today, it is the biggest brand. Samsung adopted it. So in our first module, we came to know about disruption. we came to know how disruption is being described when it comes to business and commercial side. And then here we are going through few key lessons. Take this. This is very important for you. Apply it. You can ask questions about it later on. The first thing, the first lesson from whatever I presented is change is inevitable. Inevitable means something which you can't stop. You have to accept it. You cannot block it. You cannot, if you will do it, someone else will do it. BlackBerry thought it is inevitable and they failed. Steve Jobs, he thought, no, you have to go with the change, and he got successful. So, and disruption is exponential also. It is giving you benefit. It is increasing. It is giving you more customer, more money, more knowledge, giving you best education also. So this is the first thing from this disruption session, first module. Multiple drivers compounding impact. It never happens with one company or one person. It is the whole ecosystem, and you can be the part of that ecosystem as one of the enabler. How it happens? You have to anticipate. How you can anticipate? You have to be a great thinker like Steve Jobs. You have to be a great leader to take it up, to motivate people, and then take the advantage of it also. So it is inevitable. It happens with the team, and you have to be anticipated mind and a great leader. What should be based on these three? What should you do after this webinar? When you will go, you can say, I learned something from this gentleman and he taught us. I'm talking to a student basically, otherwise there will be very senior audience here also, but I'm purely talking to a student. As Filipe mentioned, there are many students or newcomers. Address your disruption readiness. Are you ready for it? Are you accepting it? Are you learning it? Then what are the top disruption drivers? For me, a disruption drivers can be different. For one of the gentlemen who is a software engineer, wants to go into different field, the disruption drivers will be completely different. A company owner, for him, it will be completely different. Then build a disruption watch list and work on it. What is one disruption? This is an exercise. You can do it later on and ask yourself. It will be a good learning for you. What is one disruption you are understanding today that can or could redefine your future tomorrow? Is it AI? Is it 5G? Is it cloud computing? Is it IoT or any other thing? What is one? Select that. Link it with your education, link it with your background, and then go for it. So this is the learning and strategic actions from the module 1. If anybody has any question, anything before moving to module 2, we can proceed it. Otherwise, all good. I will go to the next module. So number 2, why disruption is accelerating. When I showed you that picture of human journey, there was some disruption, some new innovation, and the second one was happening after a long time. But now it is happening in a very fast pace, very quick. Why is it happening very quick? Because there are different reasons, and we will look into it, and it is very interesting. Yeah. So why disruption is happening? Because there are few factors, and this is the marketing phenomena, marketing law or research. Based on that, this thing has come up. It has 5 factors. Why Steve Jobs came up with the idea of removing the keyboard and bringing the touch pad screen, because he was looking at the customer demand. He was looking at the convenience. And because of that thing, other thing also came into it: technology, designing, selling, marketing. So everything is like a ecosystem. So the first and important factor in any new technology, in any disruption, is the people and society. It is evolving. 30 years ago, 50 years ago, nobody was thinking that Ishtiaq will be sitting in Dubai and will be addressing people online globally. But it was my wish. We were wishing that when we were calling on landline to our home, when we were traveling on landline phone, we were just listening voice. But we were wishing, can we see them also? It happens. So most of the new things, new change, disruption is happening because of the people and society evolve. Why? Because of our needs, because of our behavior, because our expectation is always rising. We need good things. We need better things. We need improvement in our lifestyle. So people and society is one of the important factor when you talk about change, when you talk about disruption. What happens when there is a need? Automatically, technology advances with it. New capabilities comes. What are new capabilities? 5G, IoT, AI. These are new capability. And because new capabilities are coming day by day, new possibilities, new horizons are opening. The other reason of this fast-paced change is the world is connected. 60 years ago, 50 years ago, world was not connected like this. Today it is connected. Information is there. Billion, trillion megabyte data are there. You have access to it. Before, everything was happening on paper. So innovation and ideas are also getting in more pace. And I mentioned already, data grows. But the most important reason from the commercial perspective, why people are going for this change, why they're going for new technology, why they're thinking about people and society, why they're thinking about their customers, because competition is now. Customer loyalty is on the tip of a finger. If I don't like Amazon application, I will delete and I will move to other application. I'm giving you the example. So competition has increased. Loyalty getting changed. Churn is happening very quickly. Before, we were very happy with one service provider, one telecom service provider, one basic mobile phone, one landline phone at home, and we were happy. But our demand has changed. Our requirement has changed. And new generation, they are more demanding. Youth, they need more stuff. They need more new technology, more convenience. So what happens when these forces converge? When they meet, market shift, business models break, and disruption happens. This is very important slide, especially for a student. And you will be fitted in one of the area when you will go in your professional field. Maybe you will go to technology. Maybe you will go to data side. Maybe you will go to marketing, GTM, competition, this area. So this is something which is very important. Now, we discussed already why disruption is happening very fast. What are the six factors? But still, there are again 6 forces which is driven by a single technology. It happens like a whole ecosystem. Technology is the first one. AI, cloud automation, 5G, and new possibilities. 6G is coming now. Customer expectation, as I mentioned, instant, seamless, best experience, data and insights, more data, smarter insight, better decision, faster decision, connectivity, business models, digital platforms, and ecosystem are redefining how value is created. There will be a lot of students, Philip mentioned, digital marketing. They are attending this webinar. How digital marketing has evolved, how targeting customer is happening. Then competition. So the convergence of these 6 forces transform how we live, how we work, how competition is happening, and how value is being created. This is the most important area in terms of when it comes to commercial side. Again, there are so many other factors also which is being impact, like a 360-degree impact. It doesn't transform one function. It transforms the entire organization, entire culture, entire customer base, entire human being. It is affecting in 360-degree way of impact people. Now, what is happening? People are being affected, impacted because of the disruption. What? You have to learn skills. Everybody's talking about learning AI, learning software engineering, machine language, XYZ. Then leadership evolve, then cultures, business, new models, new strategy, new value, customers, more expectation, more new experience, more loyalty, marketing, brand, engagement, channels. We don't have to go in detail. There should be separate webinar on each subject. Then operation. You have AI, you have 5G, you have good business strategy, but you don't have processes. You don't have automation. You don't have efficiency. You're not completing your project on time. You're not launching your product on time. You're not providing good CSAT or better customer satisfaction. Then technology, platform, integration. You have all these things, but strategy is not there. Leadership is not there. Top tier of a company is not interested in new technology. Partnership is not happening. You can't win it alone. There is a Chinese proverb, if you can't beat them, be with them. So you have to do partnership with Google, with Meta, with big brands. All the telecom companies are doing it. But you should look at your main objective, which is your KPI. Are you getting money out of it? Are you getting revenue out of it? Are you getting customers out of it? So disruption touches every part of the organization. Success belongs to those who transform everything, everywhere, and at once. And this is the leadership responsibility as a 360-degree impact. Why Steve Jobs, Apple, Samsung, Amazon, they are successful? Because they are covering all these 360-degree areas. If there is a gap in one area, if operational efficiency is not there, if marketing is not good, if people are not skilled, if strategy is very weak, it's a failed disruption and you are out of the race. I will share a few examples with you. What happens with big brands, why they get failed. So what is the learning from the second module? Technologies are converging faster. Customer expectation is always changing, evolving. Digital ecosystem are replacing linear models. This is the most important area. You have to adopt it. Everything is on application. People are not going to website. People are not bothered to read emails nowadays. They want chatbot. They want to chat with someone to resolve their problem. So what you should do as a businessman, as a student also, as a worker also, prioritize investment by business value, not by hype. Your strategy should be right. Develop a 3-year digital transformation roadmap. Measure outcomes and ROI. Don't just adopt AI if no money into it for you. It's a hype then. Always think from that perspective. So executive reflection is this: which acceleration factor is having the biggest impact on your industry right now? So if we go back here, do the exercise, write it. Which area is impacting most your industry or your work? It is very interesting. And then work on it, improve it. Now we are going to the third one, technologies. When disruption is happening, technologies are evolving, as I mentioned earlier. So we are going like a story. I'm taking you with the full story. When you talk about technology, this is very clustered slide, I know, but it is very interesting. Maybe it will be there. You can read it later on. If you want to see that which new technology or which disruptive technology is most important, look at the investment by the companies. AI and generative AI, there is a $250 billion investment happened in 2025 and 30% increment year on year. And return on investment is also 2 times or 6 times of the investment. And what is the gain in terms of KPI? Productivity gain, cost savings, and new revenue, high growth. Cloud computing, cyber security, IoT, 5G. I will not go through all these because it is too much, but this is very interesting for a businessman or someone who is executive and attending this webinar. And where your ROI is always not money. Sometimes it is agility, sometimes it is efficiency, sometimes it is reducing risk, sometimes it is giving you operational efficiency, sometimes it is giving you new customers. And look at the investment country-wise happened on new technology, on these technology globally: US, China, European Union, India, even UAE is a very small country, but they are investing a lot on new technologies. This is their vision. These nations are leading investments that will shape innovation, productivity, and digital economy of the future. So this is related to technology. What are these technologies? AI, cloud, 5G, 6G, IoT, blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, immersive reality, robotics, quantum computing. Take the example of 5G or 6G. Take the example of AI. These are the technologies. You should learn about it if you are a student. You should go in one of these field also. And this is changing the whole thing, which will come in my next slide. I will share one slide with you. It is 3 or 4 years old. One of the telecom operator using 5G and AI to get alarm about the what you call it, fire, which is happening in jungle. And it is one of the threat, especially in few countries, Australia and Europe. So look at it, how they used 5G and AI. Let me play it. It is by Telia, one of the operator in Australia. And see, Before, when fire was happening, it was taking 48, 72 hours to reach there or to reduce it. Now it is matter of second because of the technology. This is disruption. This is something which is important. Because of this disruption, now we are not just using technology anymore. Technology is becoming the foundation of everything we do. It is the statement by Google CEO. But look at it, fintech, health tech, everything is now because of this disruptive technology, property tech, insure tech, e-commerce tech, education tech, industry tech, agri-tech, mobility tech, HR tech, everything is becoming digitized. Everything is happening on AI, IoT, 5G, and there is a big money into it. A new wave of tech-enabled services is transforming how we live, how we work, and how we do business. More innovation, more access, more efficiency, more impact. Take the example of fintech. Before, how many times you are going to bank now? I haven't been to my bank branch for months. I haven't been to ATM for many months. Just on the tip of my finger, by pressing one button, even no button touch on my mobile, and I'm transferring money from one place to another. I'm transferring money from Dubai to Canada because of this new technology and disruption. Insurance happening by the click of few buttons or few touches. Your car get insured, and you know about it. But so this is the future basically. Come to the AI. Everybody is talking about AI. What is AI? We all know, but for a student, I put it again. It's a machine to learn from data, reason, and make decisions that typically require human intelligence. People are in fear. What will happen? AI is also running by human. All the prompt is given by human being. All these things happening on the back end by human. The only thing is it is fast. It is quick. Is the biggest disruptive force? Yes, I think it is. Why? Because it is accelerating. And it is accelerating business capability. I showed you which is technology, but AI is also enabled in it. So AI is everywhere in health, in finance, everywhere. Is AI a threat to human intelligence? No. AI is complementing human intelligence. It is giving competitive advantage. It is faster, that's it. But it is not a threat. Especially for a student, I'm saying it. Will AI replace jobs? No. AI will automate tasks, redesign roles, and create new opportunities. So you will stop writing your financial statement on paper, on Excel. Maybe it will be something else. You will not make your business case on Excel. You will not print it. It is something else. But who is going to do it? Human being will do it. So yes, there are few factors which will happen. If you will not change yourself, if you will not adopt to it, you will be irrelevant. Can I increase business performance? Of course, AI is going to increase your business performance, revenue growth, customer acquisition, customer retention, productivity, efficiency, profitability. What does the future look like? AI will become embedded in every product, every service, every customer interaction, every business decision. This is the fact. But you don't have to learn everything. If I'm an executive of a company and if I want AI, there are companies who will do for me. As today you are using Excel, buying Microsoft package, you will bring someone who will do it for you. You don't have to learn everything. What should leaders do? Set your priorities. Build AI capabilities in your company. Allow your staff to increase their skill, learn, and implement it with the responsibility. How you will determine this success, whether AI is successful for you or not? Success depends on your strategy, on your leadership, on your quality of data. Then you will be able to measure it. What you will measure? Revenue growth, customer acquisition, customer retention, cost optimization, employee productivity, better decision making. This is the AI overall. I just thought of that how to explain you AI. So next slide, it came in my mind and I made it. I gave a very, very basic example. So AI is like sugar or salt. This is from me. Without it, the recipe is incomplete. With it, everything tastes better. I came up with this idea, so I thought I should put it. AI is not optional anymore. It is essential to stay relevant, competitive, and future ready. AI as a catalyst, it increased the outcome, enhanced decision, not a standalone solution. It is not working alone. It has to be embedded with 5G, IoT, and other areas. Your digital marketing is changing. It enhances every technology also. Drive real business impact, which I mentioned here. It increase your revenue, customer acquisition, other areas. Same thing. It is happening. A new. So what we learned in module 3, AI is the catalyst, not the only driver. Technologies create more value. Digital ecosystem outperforms isolated solution. What you should do? Prioritize technology that aligns with your business strategy. Identify quick wins and long terms. Build capabilities before scaling investment. Now again, there is an exercise for you. Which technology has the greatest potential to create value for your business in next 3 to 5 years? Remember, for everyone, AI is not the top priority. For a telecom company, 5G or 6G is more important. For XYZ, for a student, something else is more important. Business transformation. Now we discuss about technology. I will go through quickly about business transformation. What are the business? What happening to business commercial side because of disruption? Not only AI, because of disruption. So business model transformation, it is changing everything in the business. Product is changing. Before it was product centric, now it is customer centric. One-time transaction, recurring relationship. You don't want your customer to leave you. Marketing people who are sitting here, they understand. Before too much capex, now it is OPEX and partnership. Finance people will understand it. Linear value chain, network value ecosystem. You bring others as your partner. Revenue from product, revenue from solution. Product will die. Solution will give you always money. This is a very big statement. In the age of disruption, it is not just about improving model. It is about reinventing it. Customer transformation. We talked about business transformation, how customers are being transformed because of disruption. Customers are more informed, more empowered. They are more in control. Before, they were buying passively, little information. Now they have so much information. They have so much information. They were brand loyal. Now they are value and experience loyal. They don't look at big name or anything. What value is coming to them? Look at the Chinese product. A lot of people are buying. I have to give this example. I'm sorry for that. One-way communication, two-way engagement now. Before you were sending message, giving brochure for getting your customer. Now you are getting in touch with them through chatbot, through customer care. Transaction focus, relationship focused, segmented, personalized. Because of disruption. Marketing people who are sitting here will understand this slide very well. Today's customer don't want to be sold. They want to be understood. Very big statement for marketing people. Please take this statement with you and always use it. Marketing transformation. So we talked about business, we talked about that area, how marketing is happening. Campaign has changed. It is more conversion, relevant reach. Now you're not sending one message to everybody. Digital marketing people will understand it. Product first, no more. Customer first. Channels, ecosystem. It is complete 360-degree system. Great marketing today is not about being seen, is about being chosen. Again, it's a very good statement for you. Leadership transformation. So disruption is not changing only customer or marketing side. Leadership, they should give more power to their staff. They should be able to take risk. They should build the complete ecosystem, focus on customer, future-oriented mindset. The future belongs to leaders who empower people, not control them. Very, very important. Very basic, but very important. I'll show you one video how this thing is affecting, how AI is affecting telecom industry. Very brief video.
Generative AI is revolutionizing the telecom industry with 6 major trends stealing the spotlight. 1. Virtual assistants are aiding customer service. 2. Network optimization is becoming smarter. 3. Predictive maintenance is saving costs. 4. Personalized marketing is reaching heights. 5. Fraud detection is more accurate. 6. Real-time data analytics are improving operations. Intriguing, isn't it? Which trend makes you nod in agreement?
So you saw how many areas are there for telecom operators. So what we learned in 5th, that transformation is about business model, not tech. Customer experience drives competitive advantage. Data-led decision improve. What should be done? Redesign process around customer value, not product value. Do the cross-function collaboration. Define KPIs and governance. What part of your business model or operating model needs biggest transformation? Is it leadership? Is it marketing? It is customer? Is it business model? You have to decide about it. Last, how to win the age of AI. Again, it is related to disruption, leveraging AI, data, and human intelligence to innovate and compete and lead. What should be the future skill for all of you, especially newcomers, managers, and students? This slide is also very good for you. Adaptability, embrace change, learn fast, and stay agile. I can have a separate session for agility, but agility is one of the most important factors for the success. AI and data literacy. You don't have to be scientist. You don't have to be machine learning or other languages and other thing. You should know the basic things at least. Always question yourself. Always look at the assumption. Collaborate, work across boundaries, and win as a team. Innovation mindset, emotional intelligence, digital fluency, purpose and lifelong learning. Technology will change tools. Future skill will keep you relevant. This statement is for those who have a fear of new technology, who have a fear of AI and others. Technology will change the tools. It will not replace the staff. It will not replace the human being. But who will win? Who will survive? Who will be relevant? Who will learn it? Who will go into it? So there are 2 mindsets for human being. You just think you belong to which mindset? This is more philosophical. Do you avoid changes? Do you see challenge whenever new things are coming? You always like to live in the past? Are you nostalgic? Do you work in silos? Silos mean working on your own, not as a team. This is the biggest problem. Especially I'm telling newcomers and students. Short-term focus. Do you look only for short-term focus? If you have this mindset, you will not be successful. You should have a growth mindset. What is growth mindset? Accept the change. Always see the challenge as opportunity, not as a threat. Learn, adopt, gets stronger, builds the future, innovate and create new possibilities. Don't live in the past. Don't be nostalgic. And always collaborate across boundaries. Don't work in silos. Work as a team. Give credit to everybody. Take credit from everyone. Long-term focused. In the age of disruption and AI, the right mindset is your great competitive advantage. You should sit and look where are you having these fixed mindset and try to improve it. I will give you now a few examples why the big brands who did not accept the disruption, what happens to them. Kodak, maybe most of you have heard about it. They ignored the digital transformation. Nokia missed the smartphone shift. You know, Android, when they came up this software or application, they first approached Nokia. Nokia executives and leadership said, our own application is very strong. We don't need new of application. And they failed. And it is a failing of leadership. BlackBerry, same thing like Nokia. They didn't evolve. They were very happy with their keyboard. They were very happy with their enterprise solution, which is internet. Blockbuster, they ignored the streaming. And who get victorious? Netflix started with CD selling and they become the biggest streaming platform today. Apple, Samsung, Uber, Airbnb. Sometime I'll share the story. It started by two people with one mattress. You can have a look at my LinkedIn. I put a post about how Airbnb evolved. It started with one mattress. They gave it on rent to a lady. Today they are billionaire owned company. Best example of a startup. Companies don't fail because technology changes. They fail because they don't adopt technology. They don't adopt change. Change is always constant. And this slide is giving you very good picture. One gets successful. So always imply your capability is a learning. Future ready organization has to be there. Build AI literacy, encourage experimentation. Again, you have to ask question yourself, what capability or mindset will you and your organization need most to stay ahead in the edge of AI? I will show you one video and then my presentation will finish. I always feel bad about Kodak. I used to buy the roll when I was a kid. I used to use their camera and see what happened to them.
140,000 employees, I believe, at their peak. They're now down to 3,000. What business was Kodak in? Photography. Where did they make all their money? Selling film. Kodak thought they were in the film business. They were not in the film business. They were in the memory business. And because they thought they were in the film business, when a little guy named Steve Sasson, an engineer, came up with something that killed Kodak, they completely ignored it. Now, what did Steve Sasson invent that killed Kodak? Digital camera. You want to hear the irony of that? Do you know who Steve Sasson was working for at the time? He was working for Kodak. And you know what Kodak said? Shh, no, it's going to destroy our business. We can't have this. Let's hide that. Let's keep that away from everybody. And you can't change progress. You can't change the future. And consequently, Kodak went from being one of the most dominant companies in the world to kind of a novelty company these days. You need to know what business you're in.
So this is it. Disruption is inevitable, but the future belongs to those who accept the change, who leverage technology, transform their business, and empower their people. This is the total, I would say, learning from my session. Disruption is inevitable, but the future belongs to those who accept the change, leverage the technology, transform their business, and empower their people. And I've shown you so many examples. Thank you very much. I'm available, or maybe now Filipe will take over. And I hope I was able to give you some information. I tried to share my experience. As I told you, it was not something very high level technical or strategic discussion. It was more like sharing knowledge, especially to young people, to students, to people who are embracing their career, want to become from manager to senior manager. So thank you very much.
Istka, thank you very much. Before anybody else puts the question, and there is always this kind of thing that is difficult to put the first question, and I will put you first a comment that one of the reasons that I invite you is also to do that cross boundaries that you talked about. That it is extremely important that we knowledge professionals need to understand that now the competition comes from everywhere in the world, but also the opportunities come from everywhere in the world. So we really need to do this exchange of knowledge with people across the world. But the thing that I wanted to ask you is the following. You talked about doing this digital transformation. From your experience, normally we think about digital transformation that is something that is only for organizations to do it, but most of the times we don't think it as something that professionals have to do it. They have to really do their best. And you talk a little bit about that, but I would ask you, what are your main advices for professionals to do their own digital transformation?
Yeah. Okay, so Filipe, your question, it's a very good question, and I will take it based on my experience. First of all, am I audible? It is coming well? Okay. First of all, the thing is this: digital transformation is very much badly used term, same like AI. Everybody is using it. So let me explain you something. What is digital transformation? Very basic example I'll give you, and you will be able to understand it. As I gave you the example, before you were going and taking out money from the bank counter, from the teller, or you were taking it from the ATM machine. Now you are taking the money from your mobile or sending, because you want to buy something. That's why you were taking money. So you're doing it. This is the digital transformation, to understand it very well. When you say it sounds very easy, but on the back end, there are a lot of things. So digital transformation happens in an organization. It starts from the top level, which is leadership, who are setting the strategy. If they are not interested in it, it will never happen. So they come up with the strategy and planning. Then it goes to different section, which is marketing, which is IT, which is finance, which is HR. Everybody is involved in it. It depends on the company, what is their business and how they transform it. I'll give you another example. Retail business, brick and mortar stores, no more there. No more there. And now everything is happening online. So digital transformation is part of everyone in one of the organization. Why I gave this example? Because it is related to your question. Now, people who are sitting here, they are from different segment, different industry, and different background. So you will have your part in the digital transformation based on your background. If There is a student who is studying digital marketing. He will be the part of digital transformation from digital marketing side. He or she, I will advise, you don't have to be expert into everything. Be expert in new technology related to digital marketing. Suppose you are doing a campaign on Meta, or you are doing organic campaign, or you are creating a content. Learn first of all what are the new trends and new technologies are there. This is my advice to them. Become expert into it. Always be up to date and then adopt it. You don't have to learn each and everything. In terms of digital transformation, is someone from IT, then you go for coding, then you go for app creation. If someone is from marketing, doing CVM, customer value management, I always believe you don't have to learn everything. Become expert in the areas which are of your interest, which are of your background. This is something which is important. And the most important thing, you have to be well aware of the new advancement. So you have to keep reading, keep accessing information. This is something which is very important. If someone is willing to go, and then it is also disrupting. So you have to look at that also. Today you read something, tomorrow something new is coming. So from my side, I am expert into digital transformation, but not from IT perspective. I cannot create an application, but I can tell you once application is launched, how to bring more customer to use and give money. That is my expertise into digital transformation. Hope I answered it.
There is one thing that I
Yes.
don't know. Maybe on that I have a kind of different opinion.
Yeah, okay.
Is that if we tend to be very specialized in a certain area,
Yeah.
if we talked about that, let's say the only constant is change, so everything will change. So we might be specializing in an area that it might disappear. So
Yes.
that is a point that I have this doubt.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. I will reply. Very good question. What happened? I'll give you the example. When I joined Etisalat, I used to write the brochure content on the paper. What I'm doing, I'm writing a content. But I was writing on a paper, I was giving to advertising department. They were giving to publisher to publish the brochure. Then I started writing content on computer. And it was going to the publisher. So my basic expertise is, your question is very good. My basic expertise is writing the content. How to write it on paper, how to write it on computer, and how to write it through AI. This is the new learning. But your expertise, it comes by working on it. And you don't have to learn only one thing. So, Philip, if you are doing a thing, it is not getting obsolete. The tool is getting obsolete. The way it is happening is obsolete. So you have to learn those tools also. Yes, few things will obsolete. One thing. Second thing, you're not getting limited. I was not only doing brochure. I was doing marketing. I was doing product launch. I was doing so many things. So that's why I became manager, senior manager, director, department head, because I have done so many things in my career. I'm expert in so many areas also. So yes, few things get obsolete. Few people get obsolete also, but that percentage is very less. Your concern is very important. That's why you have to be in line with the new trends. You have to be in line with the new ways to do it. But main expertise, Philip, your expertise are something which others, they don't have. If your expertise channels, if your expertise tools are changing, still they need your brain and your mind and your expertise. So you will not be obsolete, in my opinion.
Great. More questions. And now I did all my questions. I don't want to monopolize the Q&A. So more questions. Anybody wants to put a question? This is like the weddings, or talk now or forever hold your peace. Of course, Ishtiaq will be available also to be contacted. It's very easy to find him in LinkedIn. And so if you afterwards have a question, but now it's the moment if you want to ask something to Ishtiaq. Any questions? Also, I know that it's becoming late in Dubai, so it's 11:14 in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So
11:15. Yes, right.
So we had this agreement that it would be this time. It would be a shorter session. So just checking here. Okay. So there is a question, Iris. Can you? Microphone.
Okay, now it's on?
Yeah. Now it's on. Thank you very
Sorry.
much.
So I wanted to ask which one are your favorite tools to keep up with this constant evolution of technology? Do you have a favorite one? Do you have multiple ones? How do you keep up with all this disruption every day?
Okay. So what I do, I don't go and look for every disruption. I usually look for whatever industry I belong to. And I think she's still talking, or
No.
able to hear me? Okay, no problem.
No, we are hearing you.
Yeah. So because I'm into marketing, I'm into digital marketing, and I'm working on telecom side. So I'm using mostly the tools which are related to it. Like in case of telecom, I'm using CVM applications. I'm using campaign management software and program, Google Analytics, and I'm also using this different vendors from Accenture, from IBM, from Huawei, from Ericsson. So this is the one way we are working with them. I'm learning from the people. For me, the best tool is you learn from the people also. So I use those tools also, as well as, to be honest, people, I don't know why they feel saying it. I'm using AI. I'm getting so much information from AI, but what is my phenomena? Information I'm getting out of it, I'm always reassuring the information is correct and right. I'm not taking it and copying and paste. So there are so many tools which can be used.
But is there a tool that it's like, okay, I really like this one? Is there any tool that you really enjoy using?
For me, when I was doing digital marketing, Google Analytics was one of my favorite tools. Then there is one company, I forgot the name, they have a very good tool. Then, our own CRM application is there. CRM, something which everybody should use, customer relation management, 360-degree customer information if you're into marketing. And then there are, because she asked from the learning perspective, what is happening in terms of disruption. There are so many, like I'm part of McKinsey group, McKinsey newsletter, Ericsson group. If you people are into new technologies, you can subscribe to them. You can get information what is happening around the world. So those are the tools which I'm using mostly.
So that thing that you were talking about, community, it is absolutely important and relevant. So we more and more have to work as a kind of collective brain.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Okay. Thank you, Iris, for the question. Any other questions that you want to put? This is the moment. If not, it's like the auctions.
Yeah.
Questions 1. Questions 2. Okay, so um, so I will do the closing in English. So first of all, I want to thank Ishtiaq for his presentation. We have to consider that there is the time difference, and also he told me a few days ago that he was going through a respiratory problem, and I see that he recovered the voice, because when we talk last time he was having a very difficult voice. Thank you very much for
you gave me, Philip, very good courage, and you motivated me. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much for the sharing that you did here, for your experience. I want to thank everybody that were in this virtual room, and also the ones that participated through the YouTube channel. And this was another webinar in this postgraduate course in digital marketing that we have in IPAM. IPAM is an institute of the Portuguese Institute of Marketing Management. And this course is being held in Lisbon, Porto, and also online. We have our next webinar on 24th of November, the same time, and 7 o'clock p.m. in Lisbon time. And to all, both in English and in Portuguese, good night. Until the next time, boa noite e até à próxima. Muito obrigado.